So I guess without further ado, let's welcome our first presenters to the stage with a big standing ovation for KinoSol.
Hi everyone, my name is Michaela Sullivan. And my name is Ella Durkee, and we're also here with Elise Kendall and Clayton Mooney, two other people on our team. And first of all, thank you so much for having us. And we are KinoSol. So we kind of wanted to address the problem we're trying to tackle first. So in developed countries, such as the US, food waste occurs at the consumer level. A lot of that food waste is directly about what we do not finish off of our plate or what we do not finish on our refrigerator and what we subsequently throw away. But on a global scale, and specifically in developing countries, food waste is occurring on a much different scale, and that is post-harvest loss. So what is post-harvest loss? So to kind of give you an anecdote, so a farmer will spend all of their time, energy, and resources growing food in a field that they will end up harvesting, and then almost 50% of that food will go to waste. And the cause of this is they have lack post-harvest technology. And so if you have a mango tree that maybe would be producing fruit for 2 months of the year, be very dense in nutrients for 2 months, but then the rest of the year you have none of that produce available, you're losing so much of that nutrients just due to the post-harvest loss that's occurring without this technology. So we wanted to create something that was sustainable and also practical to help tackle this problem. So we created KinoSol. So what is KinoSol? So KinoSol is a solar mobile dehydrator that we created. I'll switch to spots, Michaela. So it's made from a durable and flexible Lexan plastic that laces together on the side. Air is allowed to enter, heat up, and then is carried out using a gentle convection system through the ventilation system at the top. We also wanted to incorporate a storage unit. So you see a storage unit below made from a durable Kydex plastic, and inside there's mylar-lined bags which prevent light, oxygen, and moisture from permeating the produce. This unit is able to dehydrate and store produce, insects, and grains for up to 6 months post-dehydration. So you're really preserving all of that nutrients that would subsequently be lost due to post-harvest loss. Because we do have this is the mylar-lined bag, just for visual. Because we do use a gentle convection system, the minerals and vitamins that are found in the produce initially are almost completely maintained after the dehydration process. So vitamin C, vitamin A, sugar, and fiber are all necessary nutrients for the development of a child's brain and then also their physical growth. Without access to wholesome food, a child's brain and physical growth can be severely stunted, leading to a lifetime of detrimental defects. So by creating this unit, we are ensuring that if you have access to our technology, you can have access to wholesome food year-round. Elise, who was just standing up here, actually had the unique opportunity to do our initial field testing last summer in Uganda, where she found out after working with the women in the nutrition centers in the Kumuli district that they currently are dehydrating produce, but it is in a method that you see here. So they're laying food out on tarps and letting it bake under the sun. And this can take up to a week to fully dehydrate. And with that long drying time, you're also finding that up to 50% of this food, after it's being laid out, is actually being lost because you're leaving that food susceptible to microbial growth, weather, pests, etc. So when she implemented the KinoSol technology, we were able to cut down on the drying times by 90%, which was pretty huge because they were able to dehydrate so much more in that time. And then also, everything that goes into our KinoSol unit is going to be dehydrated, which means it will not be lost due to weather, pests, etc. So that was a really great validation for our product.
So in addition to doing field testing in Kumuli, we were able to do field testing in El Recreo, El Salvador this January. So we sent units down with the church out of Des Moines, Iowa, and we were able to work with a rural community that was completely different than Kumuli just because the farmers in this community were not accustomed to dehydrating their fruits or vegetables. So this was one hurdle that we had to overcome, and we weren't really sure how it was going to go, but it went much better than we expected. So when we were able to show the farmers the dehydrator and explain the benefits that they received from dehydrating their produce, that they could store it for up to 6 months later, they were really excited about the technology because it gave them an opportunity to have more food in times when there was no harvest. So these rounds of field testing gave us the validation we needed to take our unit to market and begin sales. So we started selling our international units, and in addition to selling them to partners abroad, we also launched a unit sponsorship program. So this allows people here in the US, Europe, people from more developed countries to help sponsor a portion to a full dehydrator to be sent to one of our partners and given to a subsistence farmer and have positive impacts on their lives. So it's allowing people like you and me to kind of do our part to help decrease post-harvest loss. So while we were working on our international unit, we received a lot of feedback from friends and family that were really interested in having their own KinoSol unit. Many people here in the US, you purchase fruits and vegetables every week when you go to the grocery store, but how often do you actually eat all of that fruit and vegetables? A lot of it ends up sitting in your refrigerator, and by the end of the week, you end up throwing it out because it's maybe too brown of a banana or just is a little mushy. Well, we decided to create a unit that solves that problem. So we designed a domestic unit that's meant for urban environments. So it's able to hang off a window, a balcony, or a sliding glass door, and then it folds up when it's not in use, so you can just leave it sitting in your kitchen or on like a bookshelf. So we wanted to allow consumers who were environmentally conscious and wanted to decrease their carbon footprint an option to dehydrate their own food and to also prevent them from having to purchase expensive dehydrated fruit and vegetables at grocery stores. So we're currently working on getting a prototype manufactured, and we're expecting to have a prototype by the end of May. So over the past 18 months, we've continued to grow and expand our partners that we have abroad. So we have about 8 different partners in 8 different countries. So that's really good, and just seeing the positive impact that we're able to have on subsistence farmers' lives. So our main mission is to decrease post-harvest loss, and so by providing farmers a KinoSol unit, they're able to dehydrate their produce, save it for later, consume it, and the excess produce they have, they're able to take to market and sell for an additional income. They can then use this income to purchase other foods that are not readily available on their own farm, or they can use the money to send their children to school. So what we'd like to do now is go ahead and open up the floor to questions and comments from you guys and kind of get your feedback.